Today we're going to be looking at 3 different tests that measure a patient's stability, balance, equilibrium, things of that nature. These tests are going to be important whenever we're considering patients who might be at risk for falls. Patients who might be suffering from lower extremity weakness, problems with vestibular systems, etc. that could cause them to lose their balance and fall. So the 3 tests are going to be the timed up and go, the 30 seconds chair stand, and the 4 stance balance test. So these tests are going to look at functional mobility with the timed up and go, functional lower extremity strength with the 30-second chair stand, and then we're going to be looking at static balance with the 4 stance balance test.
All right, next we're going to be looking at the timed up and go test. So first off, we're going to have our chair placed. We're going to measure out 10 feet from the chair, mark it on the floor so that the patient knows where it is marked. Then we're going to have the patient seated in the chair. We're going to have them stagger step with one foot a little ahead of the other, ready to go. Putting their arms on the armrest of the chair. Chair nice and supported back here so it doesn't slide. And then what I'm going to say is, okay, whenever I say go, what I want you to do is stand up, walk at a normal pace to this green line on the floor, turn around, come back to the chair, and sit down, okay? And all I'm going to do is just time you, all right? All right, so now we're ready to do the test. So Alicia, are you ready?
Yes.
All right, ready and go. Time. All right, Alicia, we're going to perform the 30-second sit to stand or chair standing test, okay? All right, so what I want you to do is sit at the edge of the chair here. We have the chair braced up against the back so it's not going to slide. What we're going to have you do is just keep your feet flat on the floor. Take your arms, cross them in front of you for me. All right, now I'm going to stand here next to you. Whenever I say go, I just want you to stand straight up and then sit back down and just repeat that motion over and over until I tell you that 30 seconds is up, okay? All right, and go. Stop. All right, the next and last test is going to be the 4 stance balance test. So what we're going to have Alicia do is stand in 4 different stances and try to hold each one for 10 seconds. If she can't hold the 3rd stance, the tandem stance, for 10 seconds, or any of the earlier 2, which we'll get to, then it's an indication of a fall risk. But we would teach each stance. We would demonstrate for them so that they know what they're doing. So the first stance, Alicia, is going to be, I just want you to put both your feet together, okay? Now whenever you hold this, you're allowed to put your arms out, you're allowed to move your trunk, you just can't move your feet, and you can't touch anything for support, okay? All right, so you ready to do this? All right, ready, and go. And for time's sake, we'll stop that one because she is standing just fine, but we go the full 10 seconds. Next stance, we would have them take one foot a little forward and touch the instep of that forward foot with their other foot. So a little stagger, okay? So step forward with one foot there and put it together. All right, and then we'd hold this for 10 seconds. Are you ready? Mm-hmm. And go. Again, watching, making sure they're not unsteady, being ready to catch them. And then we would hit 10 seconds. We'd say, okay, you can stop. Then we would progress to the tandem or heel to toe stance. So Alicia, what I want you to do is take one foot forward, touch your heel to your toe for me, okay? And then we want to hold that position, okay? So once they're in the position, all right, ready, and go. Watching balance. Then when we got to 10 seconds, we'd stop. All right, go ahead and relax. Good. And then the last one is going to be a single leg stance. Okay, so what I want you to do is just take one foot and just pick it up, right? So again, you can stick your arms out to help you balance. You can move your trunk. You just got to try to hold it for 10 seconds, okay? So go ahead and lift. Ready, and go. You can see this is not a problem for Alicia. She's doing just fine. All right, so you get to 10 seconds. Good, relax. And that's the 4 stance balance test.